Hello, this is Bruce the Blog, and this is Friday, May 28th, and it's the start of what promises to be a beautiful Memorial Day weekend for the year 2010. And while we're on the subject of dates, you might notice that I just said it's May 28th. I did not say it's May 28th. And I never fully understand why in advertising and any number of other countless places, people, including people who get paid to be professional, either copywriters or other forms of writing, don't understand. You do not write dates, May 28th, TH, because think about it. Did you ever see a calendar where the dates on the calendar were listed as, let's say, for May, 1ST, 2ND, meaning first, second? No. Dates on a calendar are always 1, 2, 3, 4. So why do some people write down May 1st, 1ST, May 2nd, 2ND? I don't know. The other proof in the pudding is, did you ever see a magazine or a newspaper with the date on the cover that listed the date that way? That's what's called the ordinal number, meaning it shows the position of the number in sequence, first, second, third. Dates are not written that way, and yet we continue to see them everywhere, written wrongly, actually. Anyhow, enough of the grammar geek lecture. I just wanted to talk for a minute about the Cortlandt Manor Rotary Club. I was happy and privileged and grateful last night, which was Thursday, May 27th. Now, you notice I did say May 27th, but I do not write it that way. Anyhow, Cortlandt Manor Rotary Club is brand new. It just started recently. They have dinners every Thursday evening at the Cortlandt Colonial in Cortlandt, which is on Highland, where it becomes Albany Post Road, right past what's known as the Rock Cut. And it was a very nice group of people. And for a Rotary Club that just got started, what I was especially impressed by was the prodigious amount of information that was being dispensed not only by its incredibly well-informed president, Sharon Irving, of Henry's on the Hudson and Peekskill Inn, who I always see at the Gateway Chamber of Commerce breakfast meetings, but also by all of the other members of the Cortlandt Manor Rotary Club. I was the guest of my good friend Gino Rubino, who is the owner, along with his wife Josephine, of Beldoro Jewelers, which is in Mohegan Lake on Route 6, right next to the Verizon store and Charlie Brown's. And so Gino was kind enough, he's a very, very generous person, to invite me as his guest. And I also was with Lisa Marie of Urban Tales in Peekskill, and somebody who works with her, Steve, and a lovely woman from Somers, Adele. Now, you can see my NCNLocalTV interview with Sharon Irving, president of the club, and with Adele, a board member, right on this same channel that you're watching right now. But again, the information that was being dispensed, I mean, this is all in the name of doing good in the community and doing good for our fellow man, if you excuse the gender specificity. And there were just any number of things, any number of activities that this club is involved with, and that includes coming up on June 5th, the Cortlandt Circus that the Cortlandt Manor Rotary is behind. And then in October, one of my favorites, the duck race. And they just talked about the duck race that took place in Ossining with, I mean, this is not a joke, 2,500 ducks. That's a lot of waddling, folks. And they also have a great project underway at the Montrose VA to put in a garden there, and a lot of other activities. You could see on the video, on the interview with Sharon Irving and Adele Vaccaro, they talk about some of the other activities. And they also talked about the Rotary International project, really, to bring water to underprivileged countries in South Africa, underprivileged villages in South Africa by providing water wells. It just is really something to see all these Rotary clubs and the remarkable work that they do in our communities, whether it's around the corner or around the globe. And so the reason the Cortlandt Manor Rotary Club got started, as Sharon says in the video, is because she was a member of the Peekskill Rotary for 15 years. Peekskill Rotary meets at lunchtime every week, and it's a very vibrant, dynamic Rotary in Peekskill, but not everybody's schedule allows them to be there for lunch, so Sharon, being the extremely enterprising person she is, started the Cortlandt Manor Rotary, which meets Thursday evenings for dinner, which is more accommodating for some people's schedule. That's my report for now. This is Bruce the Blog. Have yourself a great Memorial Day, and please remember that it is Memorial Day weekend, and say a prayer and show our thanks and respect and admiration to all of our veterans. My late dad, may he rest in peace, was a very, very proud veteran of World War II, who up until his last day kept in direct, very close touch with all of his war buddies. And in fact, my memories of growing up and my memories of summer vacation with my family revolved very much around World War II veterans who were my father's pals, because every summer we would go to the 9th Infantry Division reunion convention that was held in different cities around the country. I remember one year we went to Springfield, Illinois, where the then governor, Otto Kerner, this was in the 1960s, the governor of Illinois, Otto Kerner, was part of the 9th Infantry Division. My father was in the 47th Regiment. He was a staff sergeant. And another time, one of my lasting memories of my lifetime, actually, was when we were at West Point, again as part of my father's 9th Infantry Division group. And as we were leaving West Point, where we saw the parade, and quite a striking experience, especially for a young boy, which I was at the time. And as we're leaving West Point, we hear a voice, "George!" We turn around, and it was the commandant at that time of West Point. Again, this must have been in 1960-ish. General William C. Westmoreland, who, of course, has his place in history in the Vietnam conflict as the commander of U.S. forces in Vietnam. And somewhere, and I know I have to find this photo, I have that photo that we took at that moment when General Westmoreland called out to my dad, because they did serve together, of my dad, George A. Parr, standing with General William C. Westmoreland as the commandant at West Point. So, as you can see, I have a lot of extremely fond and loving memories of my father and of his, his feelings for his comrades in World War II and the lifelong bonds that they created, that his experience in the war. He was in the North Africa theater as well as in Europe. And so again, to everybody, to all of our veterans, no matter what era they're from and no matter what war or conflict action they may have seen or not have seen, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for serving our country with your courage and loyalty and patriotism. Once again, this is Bruce the Blog, signing off.